Let us stand together.
Yeah.
Your
The
victim
cry from the ghetto. And the way on them like they don't care about nobody now. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you use them, no, we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. They cry from the ghetto, and they wear on them like they don't care about nobody now. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. They cry from the ghetto, and they wear on them like they don't care about nobody now. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. They cry from the ghetto, and they wear on them like they don't care about nobody now. If you want to see a better life, share the light. No, we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society,
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. We cry from the ghetto. And the way on them like they don't care about somebody now. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better vibes, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light.
Blessing, good afternoon to each and everyone. Welcome to Facts, Not Fiction. There is so much happening. There is so much going on. And some is happening in the name of democracy. Some as a result of ulterior motives. But nevertheless, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday last 22nd, there was a press conference by the MP for Miaro, Rushton Parry. That press conference, ladies and gentlemen, were held in relation to the internal election that is due coming in the month of June. How did we get there? I will get into that later on. Why it had to happen that way, I will get into that later on too. But coming out of that press conference, we have had a number of press releases
which is nothing strange in our party. We have seen press releases from MPs, from senators, from councillors, from aldermen, from constituency executives, and so on and so on. But is it the first time? Is it the first time that we have experienced this type of reaction in our party? And the answer is no. I can distinctly recall in 2020, in the run-up to the general election, I was asked to send out a release. Other prospective candidates were also asked to put out releases. Senators and MPs and executives and so on had to put out releases. Was these releases voluntarily? No. These were releases that was instructed by the NATEX to be published in support of the political leader. And people who know me know I deal with things real. It matters not to me what some of the fanatics may think or say or post on social media. That's hot air. That's all, hot air. That's nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. But those releases back then were sent out as a result of instructions. And I am saying to you today, this ain't nothing new. This ain't anything new. Many councillors and aldermen reach out to me in relation to this issue that is at hand. And that shows you, ladies and gentlemen, the breakdown in our democratic process. It spells out the breakdown in our democratic process. Because if the process operates from a democratic standpoint, then nobody would be forced to send out releases. Nobody would be threatened to send out releases. Nobody will have to say, my work is up in the air if I refuse to follow the instructions of the NATEX. This is nothing new. This is something that happened over and over and over and will continue to happen until the democratic process, the constitution, is adhered to in our party. I will deal with some of the releases just now. In our party, ladies and gentlemen, the Congress supposed to take place. A Congress supposed to take place every 3 months. The last Congress that was held was in 2022. The last one. Women's Arm 2022. Every 3 months, but 2022. The last constituency election, which is an annual thing. The last constituency election, 2022. Congress of the Youth, again every 3 months. The last record that I found is in 2020. We building up to come to a point, we coming somewhere. Well, the parliamentary arm, I have no information. This is facts, not fiction. So we speak where information is factual. Reports from the treasurer, when last? Disciplinary committee. I see a big headline that some people might face the disciplinary committee, including myself and others, if he doesn't toe party line. That is what I saw as a big headline on the papers. I don't know if that is a threat. I don't know if that is a silent sum. I don't know what it is. But Victor Roberts deals with facts, not fiction. Victor Roberts stands for democracy, but I comment there. Disciplinary committee somewhere back down in 2008, 2010. But we see in press release all over the place that the party stands by the Constitution. The party obeys the Constitution. The Constitution is the guide of the party. But what happened to this list that I now call out? Oh, I think that is not in the Constitution. I think the Congress and the Women's Arm and the Youth Arm and the Constituency Executive and all that, I think that is not inside there. But yet we have all the MPs who send out press releases speaking about the NATEX. We stand by the Constitution. And I commented them just now who say we jump the gun. I commented that just now. So I not jumping the gun. I'm taking my time. I ain't jumping the gun today. So we look at the whole list that is enshrined within the Constitution. Yet it is not adhered to, but everybody is sending out release and telling us that the election ain't due yet, and it will be called when it is due. I am saying tonight and this afternoon, that is far from the truth. I am saying that is far from the truth, and I will prove it to you that is far from the truth. Far from the truth. You see, people believe, and I said it here, I said it here. I said to you that people use fair words and fancy speeches to deceive the heart of the simple. I said that to you. I made it quite clear to you that that is what occurs time and time again. Fine words, fancy speeches, and plenty press release. They believe that that could confuse you, or a matter of fact that it can confuffle your brain. You see, I like to stay on the ground, because there's things that people don't understand. I just talk for the boy and the girl and everybody to understand. The beggar, the madman, everybody. When I speak so that they could understand. Like I said recently, parliamentary language is a parliament. And unfortunately, there's plenty parliamentarians who haven't what it takes to even debate in the parliament. So it's better they was on the street too. Plenty parliamentarians on both sides, in the PNM and in the UNC. Both sides. And if you don't believe me, go on the Parliament channel. And you will hear them. So the point, ladies and gentlemen, is that everybody is saying the election ain't reached yet, and why they jump ahead. But look, all those arms of the party that I just call, all those arms of the party that I just referred to, Years pass, months pass, nothing happening. But you have the audacity to send out press release to tell the base and to tell this country that all is well and we obey the Constitution. What a blatant lie. That is what it is. A blatant lie. Far from the truth. But this is what is being circulated into your ear so that you will believe. All them press conferences that flood the market, flood the social media and continue to flood. You will believe, well, you know, everything is good. Everything is all right. The election ain't reached yet. Why them fellas jump ahead and calling for the election? That is what they will have you to believe. But all those elections, all those arms of the party that ought to be functioning, that is dysfunctional, they will tell you all is well and we hold up the Constitution and we function by the Constitution and all is well. That is what they will tell you. That is what they will say to you. But I'll come to that. I will come to that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start to deal with some things here now. Let me start to deal with something here now. MP for St. Augustine, Khadija Amin, on her Facebook page, listen to this. If they really wanted internal elections, they didn't have to hold a press conference. The objective is to divide. Don't be fooled by this PNM B team. Khadija Amin, I want to say to you today that you are a part of the NATEX. You called us to meeting just recently. We had meeting in the constituency office of the leader just recently. All the discussion we had, you did not know Parry and the team was PNM. All the work that Rushton Parry did in Miaro, you did not know that Parry was PNM. But all in a sudden, Parry stand up for the base of this party, who call Parry all over this country, complaining about all your failure. But all in a sudden, you and others in the party, all you know that Parry and the team is PNM. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the kind of hypocrisy that exists amongst people. You see the kind of deceit that sits within the minds of individuals who you will stand up and fight for, that you will call your colleagues, that you will stand up and fight for them, but yet to the end of the day, all they will do to you when you stand up for what is right, when they continue to encourage what is wrong, is to assassinate one's character. And I want to tell you, Rushton Parry here tonight, Do not be deterred. Do not be fooled. Stand for the poor, the oppressed. Stand for the members of this party, no matter what it costs. Because I will tell you tonight, Washington Parry, that you have a soldier who will stand up and fight with you for what is right in this party. I will stand up and fight for what is right. I don't pick sides. I don't take sides. I stand for what is right. And I wonder what you, Khadijah, could stand up. I wonder what you could stand up, or if you could stand up and speak as Rushton do for the poor, the oppressed, the downtrodden, and members of this great party. I wonder. You see, the reason why I wonder because of one reason. Fortitude is what some people could never have. Fortitude is some things that some people could never get in their lifespan. Standing up for what is right and speaking out against what is wrong is few people, few individuals could stand up and do that. I walked this country length and breadth. I took a coffin, mark democracy dead, and carry it to the highest office in this land, to the President House, to present the President with a token for mashing up our democracy and spitting on our constituency. As a result of that, as a result of the behavior of Keith Rowley and the president at the time, mash up a whole police service commission. We cried out against that. Khadijah, you spoke out against that. You greeted me on the Hall of Justice, and you said to me, Victor Roberts, I am proud for the stand you are taking in relation to our constitution and our democracy. You said that to me at the steps of the Hall of Justice. And today, we have a colleague who's standing up for democracy, who's standing up for the constitution of our great party. And to the end of the day, all you could put on social media is we standing up for democracy, we standing up for the constitution of the UNC, and you brand us. You brand us as members of the PNM because we stand up for what is right. Listen to me. If that makes you happy, if that makes you excited, if that gives you a high, and whatever else that gives you, then you go ahead and enjoy yourself. Because I will tell you this, the base of this party that most of all you believe is not educated. Let me tell you something. They are much more smarter. They are much more wiser than any amount of press release that all you could send to the media. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, a man who always said to me, Victor Roberts, I admire your strength, your courage, and the work that you are doing on behalf of this party. Tim Gopi Singh tell me, Victor Roberts, I wish it had more individuals like you in our party. And Tim always congratulate me. Anytime, every time Tim meet me, he always boasts about the work that I am doing in this party. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, tonight I want to tell you that you have shocked and surprised me by your press release. You have shocked and surprised me, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, and it makes me feel all the encouragement that you were giving to me, it was simply lip service. All the encouragement that you were saying you wish it have more like me in the party, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh. You have crushed all that with your press release. When you class us who stand with Party on behalf of democracy as individuals who have infiltrated the party on behalf of the PNM, I lose all respect for you, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh. All. You boasted you are a member of the party for 30 years. You boasted you are a worker, you are a soldier, you are a NATEX member, you are the CEO of the party, a senator, a MP for 13 years, a cabinet minister for 5 years, a doctor, a national cricketer, and you boasted in your release that you have UNC DNA in your body. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, in the year 2010, when Bazio Pandey, may God bless his soul, lost the internal election, I want to ask you, if you betray Pandey, who stood with you through thick and thin, I want to ask, if you betray Pandey and went on to vote against Pandey to remove him as opposition leader, I want to ask that question here this evening. I have a next question for you, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh. I have a next serious question for you. You see, I feel it's time people stop pelt stone and put their hand behind the back. I have another question for you. I want to draw your recollection back, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, to Sunday the 30th of April, 2023. I want you to go back to Sunday, the 30th of April, 2023. So let me help you to remember. On Sunday, the 30th of April, 2023, it was the 34th anniversary and interfaith service of the UNC. And also on that day, the UNC headquarters were opened. I want to give you enough to remember. On Sunday, the 30th of April, the 34th anniversary of the UNC, there was an interfaith service, and there was also the opening of the headquarters in Chaguanas. Could you remember that, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh? Could you remember that day, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh? Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, I would like you to go and put out a release tomorrow. And I want you to tell the country in that release, were you sitting around 10, quarter to 10? Were you sitting in a meeting by a well-known business place that is called Passage to Asia? And on that press release, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, I want you to tell the country who was the MPs that you were sitting there having serious discussions. I want you, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, to tell the country if you were discussing the failure of NATEX. I want you to tell the country, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, if you were discussing the failure of the arms, the organs of the party that is not functioning, that is unfunctioning, that is not functioning, that ain't working, that ain't good, anyhow you want to put it. I want you to put out a press conference. And I want you to tell the country who was the MPs present in that meeting, that those discussions, if those discussions were taking place. All you can pelt stone and put all your hand behind all your back, not with me. Because I always say, when I pelt a stone, I want the world to know I pelt a stone. It is too much hypocrisy and deceitfulness going on. Because people want to hold on to a dollar. People want to hold on to a position. People know the party arms not functional. People know exactly what's going on. But everybody trying to hide behind somebody else to make somebody a scapegoat. And that is why I stand with Rushton Parry. Because he have more testicular fortitude than all of you who send out press releases. More fortitude than all of you. Because what he did smiling, all you shaking and afraid in a corner and running on the media against all your conscience. Running on the media against all your conscience. Lying to all yourself. Lying to all your inner being. Lying to all your soul. Lying to all your spirit. So coming back to you, Dr. Gopi Singh, send a press release. Tell the party, tell the country, tell everybody, where were you on the 30th of April around 9:45? If you are at Passage to Asia, and tell them who is the MPs that had this big discussion going on, and tell them if the discussion was not about the failed organs of the party. You see, I realize everybody trying to change the narrative and make it a Kamla narrative. Everybody trying to hide and push Kamla in front. Everybody trying to backpedal. But it ain't no backpedaling here tonight. So I want you, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, to answer those questions for me. And see if you could tell the country what was happening. Let me go again. Let us go again. I want to ask Senator Jolene John. Yes, all the text she, WhatsApp she, do all what you have to do. I want to give you a second to do that. Send the message. I saw Jolene John on the papers talking about palace coup and coup and coup and who and who and coup and all that. Together with Barry Pada, whatever rat or wherever it is. On the papers. I saw all that. But I want to ask Jolene John a question here tonight as a deputy political leader. As a member of NATEX. I want to ask Jolene John if she could remember the 20th of November 2023. I want to ask Jolene John, the deputy political leader, if she can recall the 20th of November 2023. I want her to send out a press conference too. Another one. I want to ask her if she remember the 20th of November 2023. And to help she to remember, upstairs the Couva South office. I want to ask the deputy political leader, all who say we jump the gun and run the gun and whatever the gun, I want to ask the deputy political leader if she remember that night. So I'm going to help the deputy political leader to remember. That is the night that I was asked by Christian to come upstairs because the leader wants to see me in relation to some secret meeting. I'm sure everybody remember now. Present upstairs, apart from the leader, was all the press release people on a table eating and having a time. I want the deputy political leader to tell this country, if we had a discussion, when I was asked about those secret meetings, so-called secret meetings, and I made it clear that there were discussions going on in relation to the NATEX election. I want Jolene John, the deputy political leader of the UNC, to send out a press release and tell the country what was the answer that she gave to me, Victor Roberts. I want the deputy political leader, Jolene John, to tell the country what was the answer she gave to me. Send a press conference out. And tell the country, if you said to me that there were going to be NATEX election, or if you said to me there would be no election, send a press release out. Tell the country, what was your answer to me? And I'm leaving that there for now. I want to ask another deputy political leader. I want to ask deputy political leader David Lee. If he could remember the 9th of December 2023. I want to ask deputy political leader, the man who talk about ambition supersede talent. I know he talent supersede he ambition. We won't get into that tonight. But hold on. Hold on. We ain't getting into that tonight. Tonight we dealing with facts. We ain't dealing with old talk. I want to ask deputy political leader David Lee if you remember December the 9th, 2023. And I know he has so much thing going on right now. His head may be hot, so he may not remember that. So let me help him to remember. Our discussion down at the gates by the MP for Siparia, the leader of the opposition office in Siparia. When we were by the gate, we were eating doubles. You remember me, Mayor Meru walk across and he tell me eat 2 more doubles. You was leaning up on the post and I and you were having a conversation about the same meetings, and you were asking me if one of your partner was there, if one of your MP partner ever went to any meeting. While on that, ask that same partner, ask that same partner to tell you where he was on the same night of the opening of the office in Chaguanas. Ask him if he was by the passage to Asia, and ask him who was the MPs. Was there also? Ask he that. You remember that discussion, MP David Lee? You remember when I tell you that we are preparing for an attack? So remember your answer, deputy political leader? Could you remember your answer? I want you to send the answer in a press release. Tell them whether or not you tell me that we were having a NATEX election, or we wasn't having no NATEX election because we was concentrating on the general election. I want you to send that in a press release. Send what you tell me. You see how I could talk open? Because I have a date, I have a time, I have a fact straight. I don't have to lie on anybody. So I want you to ask your partner, you know who I'm talking about? Ask your partner if he was by passage to Asia also. And let me help your partner to remember. It was the same day I received my diploma in project management. I want them to remember, you know, because it looked like they have amnesia. It looked like they just can't remember. It looked like the pressure on them so much that everybody had to write a pakatata and send to the newspaper against their conscience. That's what it appears to be. That is how it seems. I want you to remember what was your answer. I don't have to make up nothing on nobody, you know. I just come here and talk, and I just talk factual. I just talk straight. Because it matters not who like me or who don't like me. I just always say that. And if Rushton Parry had done something wrong, Victor Roberts would have stand up, sit down right here and tell Rushton Parry, know your place, you're out of order. If Rushton did something wrong, that would have been my response. But every one of you NATEX members, every one of you all say it publicly. Go back and watch some Monday night forums. Go back and watch it. The records are there. We concentrating on general election. Nobody had time. But let me move on. Time running. I want to ask another deputy political leader. The squeaky toy man. I want to ask this squeaky toy man. And I will tell you just now how it's a dangerous thing playing with squeaky toy, you know. I will tell you just now. But I want to ask Dr. Rudhan Monilal if he can remember the 9th of January. He ought not to forget that day, you know. The 9th of January, MP Monilal should never forget that day. But just in case he forgets, let me remind him a little bit. On the 9th of January, was one of the best prime minister cremation. Dr. Monilal, I want to ask you if you could remember that we met on the cremation site. I want to also ask you, Jump the Gun. The Jump the Gun man, it seems as though that you could never run a race because you know about jumping the gun. No, that is not such a good thing, you know. Jumping a gun is a dangerous thing, you know, but we will get into that. Or we ain't come here for that part of the conversation. But I want to ask you softly, as we were speaking, Dr. Monilal, if you could remember that while we were there, I whispered to you and asked, Doc, what is the position with the NATEX election? And you know what I wanted to do? I want you, Dr. Monilal, to send out a Jump the Gun press release and tell the country what you said to me. Tell the country, if you tell me yes, there would be a NATEX election, or if you tell me no, we concentrating on the general election. I want you to send a press release and tell the country either or either. I wanted to tell the country either or either. What was the discussion? When I saw your press release, Dr. Monilal, I never thought in the history of this planet that I would have lived to see a lion becomes a little house cat. Worse than a squeaky toy. Because squeaky toy does annoy you, right? But it has some house cat. Let me tell you something. They does annoy the owner so much that does have to put them in a bag and throw them by the side of the road. I never believed that I would have seen a lion turn into a little house cat. And that is what I am seeing now. Men have lost the testicular fortitude. Men give up their rights to stand up for what is right. You see, position and power sometimes, most times, send you mad. Position and power could send you mad. This country not stupid, you know. This country seeing exactly what happening, you know. People can't fool this country as they used to, you know. The digital age changed the whole thought pattern of individuals, you know. People get so good that they could see what you're saying, you know. But I am saying today that for you people who stand up and spit on us by calling us PNM after all we have done to ensure that you people could sit in the parliament, after all the protests that we have conducted, after all you people could turn around and be so ungrateful to call people like me, Parry, Anita, Rodney Charles, Rai, and others, PNM agents. That is ungratefulness to the highest. That is ungratefulness to the highest. Some of you people who talking can't even climb out from the safe seat that all saying down in and enter anyway to fight the PNM. Some of you, I ain't come to go down that road. I ain't come to go down that road and I ain't going down that road. Let me ain't get carried away. Or you can't climb out to fight the PNM. Or you don't have what it takes to fight the PNM. So what all you do is, as soon as we could stand up and stand up for what is right, all you try to pull we down, tarnish we, lick up we character, assassinate it, murder we. You know for what reason? To keep we quiet. Well, I want to say tonight, this party is a very unique and strong party. No amount of press release that is in the public domain will blind or hoodwink the members of this party from knowing what is the truth, from seeing what is the truth, and to take decision that will put them in government. Let me tell you something. I don't know much about all of your press releases. But what I do know is that I and others fed up our opposition. We fed up of opposition. We fed up with a PNM government that doing what they want. We fed up with a PNM government that treating this country like dirt. We fed up with a PNM government that have no regards for the poor, the oppressed, and the downtrodden. And we will stand together. We will stand united to break the backs of the PNM, despite what all you call we. Call us what all you want. We will stand and fight the PNM, because it seems as though that many MPs in the UNC doesn't recognize that the enemies is the PNM and not your colleagues. That is what it seems. The enemy is the PNM and not your own colleagues. We stood up and asked for a legitimate election that is due. And if all you could take a legitimate call and turn it to try to make it look that like we all are PNM agents because we call for a section of the Constitution to be upheld, to stand tall. That is the call. We didn't call to remove Tim Gopi Singh. We didn't call to remove Kamla Prasad Bisesa. We didn't call to remove Khadija Amin. We didn't call to remove Dev Tanku. We didn't call to remove Munilal. We call for election so the membership will have the right to choose the strongest and best candidates possible to defeat the PNM in the 2025 election. That is our mission. That is what we come to fight for. You think we want to remain under the oppressive decisions by Keith Rowley government? We don't want that. We want the base. We want the members to have a say. We can't be telling the members that Pandey treat them like sheep and then we want to treat them like ram goat. I am a mountain goat, you know. I is a mountain goat. I just fight with the lion and the tiger for survival. I am a mountain goat. That is what I am. Me no little house cat, you know. I ain't no little pussy cat. People that get real in this country and see the truth for what it is. The truth don't need cosmetics. The truth don't need clothes. I always tell you the truth must be naked. That is what we want, naked truth. And if Rushton Parry, Anita, Rodney and others making a legitimate call, we should be respectful. We should support. We should stand up. What are you afraid? What are you afraid? An election that is constitutionally due in 2025. Don't come and push down my throat that all your open nomination and all your closing nomination and then all you go in and screen and all you have no time for election. Don't be surprised they come to push down your throat that we have a by-election in Lengua and we can't keep no Natex election, you know. Keep all your eyes open. Keep all your eyes open. The Natex election must be held. Everybody free to put a slate. Everybody, including Parry, if he wishes. Everybody. That is democracy. That is the democratic process. Everybody could put a slate. Munilal could put a slate. Parry could put a slate. Tanku could put a slate. Ratiram could put a slate. By the way, I'm waiting on some more information, you know. But I'm hearing that there is some internal campaign going on for leadership, you know. All you feel I doesn't know what's going on. All you feel I nearly forget that. All you feel I doesn't know what's going on. All my friends is on the ground. People just call me from east, west, north, and south. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a MP campaigning to be leader of the party. And his name is not Rushton Parry. But in time, I will let you know who it is. You see, games, boy. Games. You can't play games with me, boy. I am grown man. I am a man on the ground. I deal with everybody. And people just call, people just talk. I just deal with everybody. I don't come here to lie on nobody, you know. I just sit down here on this chair in this studio and I just tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, you're getting the truth. That is what I just do. So we go talk about that, but I just want that MP to know that I know. I just want you to know. And time to come, we go discuss that. We ain't ready to discuss that yet. But the point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a social media blogger, if you are a supporter of the UNC, and you could look at a legitimate constitutional issue, and you could condemn that, then you are worse than the PNM. Let me tell you again. If you are a social media blogger, if you are a member of the UNC, if you are a supporter of the UNC, and you could see a constitutional, legitimate constitutional issue that comes up before you, and you could condemn that, and you could try to call that PNM, or you could do like Tim Gopi Singh and say that is an infiltration of the PNM. If you could do all that with a constitutional issue, then you are nothing better than the PNM. Because the PNM supports breaches of a constitution. The PNM supports overriding a constitution. The PNM supports their way over everybody's way. This constitution in the United National Congress, it's the manual, it's the governing book. It is a group of laws. It is a group of laws that govern the party. And anybody feel that they're bigger than that, you are nothing but a dictator. Anybody who feel they could suppress that, you are nothing but a dictator. Any group of individuals who feel they're greater than that, dictators. Let me tell you something. How could you, ladies and gentlemen, have a group of individuals on a screening committee that will screen you and me for any position, and then when they finish, one by one get up on the left hand side at the screening committee and come on the right hand side to be screened by the same committee that they are a part of? Help me now, help me. How could the same screening committee screen each other for the same positions that we are vying for when a general election is called? How come? How come you screen me on this side for library? And when a man from Orapuch done screen me for library, he just get up after screening me, take the chair that I was sitting down on, and the rest of them screen he for Orapuch. That's why I leave in a little with my time going, you know. I want all you to answer me that question. And when all you commenting all your idiotic talk on social media, I want you to slip that inside there and answer that. And then some of you people who put senseless comments on social media, and some of you who believe that you're disappointed in Victor Roberts, and Victor Roberts showing I doesn't care whether you're disappointed or not, you know, I stand for democracy, and I stand for democracy anyway. Your disappointment doesn't mean one thing to me. You not watching facts out, not fiction, that doesn't mean nothing to me, because your contribution on social media is what have the PNM in power, because you support the wrong. You support the wrong that happening. From the NATEC standpoint, you support that. How are you going to beat the PNM? How are you going to beat them? How are you going to beat the PNM? The same team you put in 2020. The same team you had in 2015. The same team you're going to put in 2025. Who are you going to beat? You're going to beat the PNM? You're going to beat the PNM? Or actually play this song that I done before I said the wrong thing.
Let us
Go and beat the PNM with that. Go and beat the PNM with that. I gone.
And the way I them feel like they don't care about nobody now. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Victor vibes. If you want to see a better life,